Hi, everyone. Welcome to the National Chapter Awards Announcement Celebration for the 2021-2020 school year. I'm your Grand President, Corey Stopka. As we go through our 14 award categories, we will see our provincial winners and announce our national winners. I'm really excited to share a bit about the winners and the great work they've done over the last year. Before we start announcing winners, I want to take a moment to recognize our National Awards Committee, as well as their committee members, for their time reviewing and considering all of your applications. Thank you for volunteering your time. All right, let's get to our awards. We'll start first with our individual award winners for Chapter Advisor and District Director of the Year. The winner of the Chapter Advisor of the Year award is one of those people that often gets overlooked, but is an integral piece of these organizations and the work that is done behind the scenes. They have a personal relationship with every student in the chapter and actively participates. They've been involved with the fraternity since their time as a student athlete, and they've continued to push the chapter not only as students, but as brothers, to fulfill the values instilled in the fraternity and their university. They've seen the chapter at all of its highest and lowest levels of enrollment, involvement, and spirit, and they've used that experience to set a path forward. They've walked the red carpet at the chapter in their university-wide award show. In the past 3 years, the highest numbers in recruitment for the chapter have been from presentation made in their classes. They've enthusiastically spent much of their personal time supporting current and former students and rooting for their success. They're a Silver Helmet Award recipient with over 30 years of continuous service to Delta Sigma Pi and still counting. They are passionate as ever before and excited for the future of their brotherhood. They also managed to accomplish all of this while pursuing their doctorate degree. Join me in congratulating Gail L. Thurman Randall from Eta Theta. For our District Director of the Year award, wanted to recognize that this person has had multiple roles beyond being a DD and has even switched chapters throughout the middle part of the year. They've agreed to take on originally the virtual district director. However, they were anything but virtual and far exceeded the expectations of the RVP for a DD that lives so far away. They regularly drove 4 hours one way to work directly with the chapter. And together with a strong chapter president, they helped the chapter become operationally sound after years of struggle. This person has boundless energy and enthusiasm and developed strong ties with the executive committee. The chapter responded well with completing all their CMP items and paying off the debt to the national office. They've successfully set up a chapter that is now healthy and thriving. Currently, the chapter is on track to be an accredited chapter, something that they have not done since 2015. This person has been training and working with strong chapter presidents to be a very capable district director in the future. And they got to know the brothers of a new chapter when they moved for personal reasons and helped that chapter recover. She poured a lot of heart, sweat, and tears into this rebound. One of the ways that they made a personal relationship with the fraternity and the campus was including a fundraiser for the dean's son who tragically lost his life. This person continuously reaches out to get others involved and help develop future leaders. They've been described as an energizer bunny and will forever be the benchmark for an exceptional district director. Please join me in congratulating our national winner, Dakota Collier from Central Gulf. And now we'll move on to the Collegiate Chapter Awards. There will be 7 awards in this section. Our first award to recognize is the Outstanding Service Award for a Collegiate Chapter. This chapter has partnered with many different organizations and created a more sustainable environment by partnering with a local organization. They've also participated in being mentors for kids within the Miracle League, which is a baseball league for people with disabilities, packaged food for the Kids Coalition Against Hunger, walked dogs, and helped move in freshmen on move-in day. They've assisted blind people with day-to-day tasks via the Be My Eyes app. And they hosted the first in-person Michael Hayes 5K race since 2019, which is an event in memory of Michael Hayes, a brother who passed away from cancer. Michael's family was in attendance this year, and they were lucky to hear a few words from Michael's father about the history of the race and how much of an impact Michael had on people's lives. In memory of Michael, the chapter had a brick installed at the central office and presented the brick to Michael's family after the race. They were able to raise just over $7,000 this year for the foundation and had over 140 people participate in their events. Please join me in welcoming the Outstanding Service Award for a Collegiate Chapter to Alpha Upsilon at Miami University. Our next award goes to the Outstanding Professional Activities for a Collegiate Chapter. From guest speakers to workshops, each event focused on a particular aspect of professional skills that allowed the chapter to grow. They held 8 professional development events, which was a testament to their dedication to professional development. Each of the events focused on providing the brothers with unique events and partnered with the University Career Center as a resource. They also encourage alumni engagement by hosting panels, create a mentorship group, and inviting alumni to chapter events. They use both in-person and virtual events for a hybrid opportunity for LinkedIn, financial planning, alumni panels, career advice, entrepreneurship, and even a presentation on the Leadership Foundation. They created a separate thread on their Slack, which was used to provide information about events both in chapter and national. This chapter's professional development was not hindered by the virtual and hybrid atmosphere, but rather adapted to it and is able to provide a consistent opportunity that enhance membership value. Additionally, thanks to generous donors, starting this year, the winners at the national and provincial level for the Outstanding Professional Activities for a Collegiate Chapter Award will also receive the Boyd Award, providing a monetary grant through the Leadership Foundation, specifically for this chapter's continued development of outstanding professional activities. Thank you to the Boyds for your generous donation, your passion, and your vision. And also congratulations to our national award winner for professional activities, Kai Sai at the University of Texas, Dallas. Our next award is for Outstanding Financial Operations for a Collegiate Chapter. Over the years, this chapter has developed a philosophy of saving a small amount each semester to create a large savings in case of an emergency. They give chapter updates on results so the entire chapter can understand the financial situation. They hosted 2 professional events in Chicago and Kansas City, which cost over $23,000 in hotel costs to provide lodging for over 100 brothers on each trip. They also hosted private career fairs, banquets, brotherhood events, and many other miscellaneous opportunities, which all had large amounts of expenses. In order to make membership for the chapter as affordable as possible, they applied for fundraising from the university, which can be difficult to obtain because many of the restrictions and use of the funding. Corporate relations was also improved upon from the chapter, and they formed a committee with over 20 brothers to brainstorm fundraising events for the chapter. Over the year, their focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion has been expanded. As a result, they wanted to ensure membership in Delta Sigma Pi would not be hindered by the ability to afford it. They were able to receive $1,850 in funding from alumni to support that effort. Overall in the year, the chapter posted profits of $3,700 and have cash totaling just over $19,000. And they held 11 fundraising events to get to that point throughout the year. Please join me in congratulating our national winner, Epsilon, University of Iowa. Our next award is the Outstanding Alumni Relations for a Collegiate Chapter. This chapter improved lost alumni outreach, including founding brothers helping become mentors for other new brothers within the chapter. They have a good amount of professional events blended with alumni. They helped partner with Career Week, and a majority of their alumni were active through alumni spotlights, a continuing series career panel dedicated to different majors. Alumni began to grow curious about how the chapter was doing from the events they were hosting and reached out to become active again. The chapter hosted 4 career panels and 8 alumni spotlights in the term in terms of moderating, leading, and a performance that was perfectly balanced to in-person and virtual events. They hosted a homecoming barbecue and a virtual Jeopardy! Please join me in congratulating our national winner, Kappa Lambda, Binghamton University. Our next award is for the Outstanding Scholastic Development. Scholastic development includes, for this chapter, study rooms, academic resources sharing, textbook collections, course sheets, and more. They host weekly study rooms where multiple hours every Sunday evening, food and snacks are provided by their VPSA. They did a final study cram, and the VPSA booked a large classroom for the entire weekend before finals. They have a study abroad resources compilation to help people looking at studying abroad and focus on the GPA and Dean's List. They had 38 and 35 brothers on the fall and spring Dean's List combined. That's amazing. They help out with course sheets where brothers filled out courses they were currently taking and what they would be able to help brothers out in for their classes. And they also won over 30 non-Delta Sig awards for scholastic development within the chapter. Please congratulate our national winner for Outstanding Scholastic Development, Zyro, George Washington University. Next up is our Most Improved Collegiate Chapter. This chapter over the last few years has stuck together and continuously worked to improve. They used to have 128 brothers in the chapter, but upon being put on probation, the number of members dropped to 65. This last year, they climbed back with 115 members, and those members all contributed to 100% of all operational and required CMP tiers being completed, 43 newly initiated brothers exceeding their goal, 115 total brothers exceeding their ideal chapter size, 63 brothers attending fall lead, and 51 brothers attending spring lead, the most of any chapter. They hosted 11 professional events throughout the year and over 400 hours of service. They raised $8,000 throughout their fundraising activities and a continued commitment to brotherhood as the heart of their chapter. Several successful events to connect them and learn from and show their appreciation to our alumni and faculty, close-knit relationship with the college, and 100% of their brothers are in good academic standing, with 51 and 46 brothers making the Dean's List in the fall and spring respectively. One of the most impressive feats is that they retained all of their pledges. 100% of the chapter participated in recruitment, creating relationships that matter beyond recruitment. They had a 2-part professional program that allowed brothers to sharpen their basic business skills and cover more advanced topics. Throughout the year, they collaborated with other campus organizations for service initiatives, participated in the province's charity miles, and had guest speakers from companies such as Nestle, the UFC, and Sacramento Kings. I would like to congratulate our Most Improved Collegiate Chapter at the national level, Gamma Psi, University of Arizona. Next up is our Nelson Mitchell Outstanding Collegiate Chapter. This is our final national award winner for collegiate chapters. This chapter had improvement in 2 areas that were key to the chapter's success. They added a vice president, diversity, equity, and inclusion position, and dedicated their entire year to motivating each other as a chapter and through their brotherhood events. Their events consist of training sessions to educate brothers about the increasing importance of diversity in the workplace, short activities during chapter meetings with corporations, and other events throughout the year. They brought discussion and awareness to mental health to their chapter, which is a main concern and as to how they were to continue to have such active involvement from all of their brothers. and some of the most active and highly represented at national events throughout the entire year. Their initiation goal of 22 brothers was exploded when they initiated 40. They had a clear plan of action. They had officer contacts help with each expanding their recruitment period to 3 weeks instead of just 2. They had a wide array of professional events with the chapter, the university, and other campus organizations. They had service events, which consisted with working for Habitat for Humanity, making blankets for the Project Linus, volunteering at Restore, and creating dog toys for the Humane Society. When it comes to brotherhood, their chapter is very strong. It feels like they're a little family where everyone knows everyone. One of those events that you can see this at is their Brothers Giving. Their years of hard work to improve their alumni relations has come to a forefront now through events such as their football tailgate and their winter professional day. The School of Business has a prestigious award which recognizes 25 undergraduate students who stand out for their accomplishment in academics, entrepreneurship, leadership, and campus service. The chapter had 5 brothers recognized for this prestigious award. And brothers participate outside of Delta Sig through many different student organizations. In this last year, a group of brothers won the business ethics case competition and partnered with Career Services to put on a recruitment event surrounding the career fair. As this chapter strives to do, as we all should, pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Now congratulate our R. Nelson Mitchell, Outstanding Collegiate Chapter, Xi Kai, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Now I'd also like to recognize a second new award that we have starting this year. Thanks again to our generous Leadership Foundation donors. The Tatum Award will be given at the national level to the chapter with the best overall recruitment program and provides a monetary grant through the Leadership Foundation to the winning chapter. You'll have noticed that this is not a separate award application, but evaluated from the applications of the provincial winners of the Outstanding Collegiate Chapter Award with a focus on elements of the application related to recruitment. The specific criteria considered center around the overall recruitment efforts, not just in the formal recruitment periods, the program itself, types of events, how the chapter approaches recruitment, performance against membership goals, and how the chapter as a whole is engaged in recruiting. I'd like to announce that our inaugural winner of the Tatum Award is Iota from the South Central Province at the University of Kansas. And our Alumni Chapter Awards will begin with Outstanding Service Award. This chapter has found ways to continue to support their national initiative at the local Ronald McDonald House charities. They wanted to do something more than directly help families that were staying at the local house. They had a great need at the house and for the families for snack bags that they could take with them when they were heading to the hospital to visit their children. They quickly collected funds and purchased all the materials needed and assembled 50 snack bags and delivered them to the local houses. They also partnered with an area Delta Sig who was requesting donations for shoes to help generate funds for a micro business in developing countries, which also helped from a sustainability effort. One of their most prideful options as a chapter throughout the year was Adopt a Street program, which encompassed the broken windows theory, which predicts that visible signs of crime create an environment that encourages future crimes to be committed. They specifically chose a street that is close to 2 collegiate chapter campuses and made a 2-year commitment for this opportunity so that they can involve the local collegiate chapters as well. Please join me in recognizing the Outstanding Service Award for an Alumni Chapter, Kansas City. Next up is the Outstanding Professional Activities Award for an Alumni Chapter. This alumni chapter has a signature event that is held in person. They held their 7th annual Founders Day open house at the central office. 5 different collegiate chapters attended, as well as many alumni interactions, engagement, and brotherhood, which were truly uplifting. They had a webinar series to provide a behind-the-scenes view to the career search process, also included a DEI webinar to draw a national audience. They also partnered with the Michael Hayes 5K race. Hayes's father and family were presented with copies of the Delta Sig magazine that mentioned Michael. Specifically, one edition had a letter that Michael had sent to the central office, letting them know what his chapter had done to help him by having what would have been the first Michael Hayes race, raising funds to help other students in similar situations. They said, "For us, it is more than an event or program. It is about creating lasting relationships. Congratulations to our national award winner, Cincinnati." Next up is our Outstanding Collegiate Relations Award for an alumni chapter. This chapter has 6 members served or have served as district directors, provided 5 different educational webinars throughout the year, and we're hosting Welcome Wednesday events. Non-DD brothers attended 3 different chapter initiations, and upon learning that one of the local graduates, who happened to be an international student, would not have any family with her for graduation, a brother put together a group of people to celebrate with this brother. At their celebration lunch, the parents video called and thanked the organizer for being there for their daughter. Join me in congratulating our national winner for Outstanding Collegiate Relations, Cincinnati. Next up is our Most Improved Alumni chapter. This year, the chapter focused on getting brothers back from the depths of Zoom exhaustion and re-engage with the alumni chapter. To accomplish this task, they heavily focused on engaging brothers through a larger amount of brotherhood events, renewing their efforts to interact with collegiates, and undertaking community service. Their emphasis on social events took them from hikes in the wilderness to art experiences. Brothers that they had not seen in months or even years came out of the post-pandemic hiding to share in these shenanigans. This approach produced results, while they also started their remote meetings with 5 attendees. Soon they were up to 12 attendees at their monthly meetings. They reached out to every single president and alumni relations in their region and looked at how they could help with different dates for their initiation, as well as additional events that they could attend. It was important that they did not forget to participate in community service as a value of their chapter. They held 2 in-person events with the city's Park and Recreation. They say success isn't measured by the ideals they strive to achieve, but what they are able to do with the reality we are given. Congratulations to our Most Improved Alumni chapter, Denver. And next up is the Outstanding Alumni chapter. This chapter had a very challenging year. They navigated the first half of the year under COVID concerns and how their membership would respond to having in-person events. Some of their membership is still being very cautious, while others are ready to be 100% back in person. They have their core 4 events, which are their annual picnic in August, Founders Day event, annual holiday party, and alumni day event. And then they close each calendar year with an annual business meeting. 90% of their membership attended at least one event in person throughout this year. They engaged with a total of 7 collegiate chapters, including chapters that had not interacted with them in previous years. They attended many collegiate events virtually, including game nights, panels, meetings, pledge ceremonies, and initiations, in person and virtually. They decided on 4 goals. A rule of 3, a minimum of 3 officers at every alumni event, support collegiate chapters with time, talent, and treasure, An alumni chapter sponsors at an event at provincial conference, hosting an alumni reception, and the alumni chapter and chapter officers to be foundation donors. Their dues paid members truly support those 4 core events, along with participating in joint collegiate activities, service projects, and giving very generously to the Leadership Foundation. This year, the alumni chapter took a leadership role and led by example by donating to each collegiate chapter in their region and paid for 1 provincial conference delegate registration. They donated 9 scholarships for $95 per chapter for a total of $855. For Alumni Day, the chapter was the top fundraising alumni chapter, raising over $5,000, and the chapter donating $355 to the Bob and Dorothy Bussey Fund. They are proud to announce that they reached all 4 of their goals. And by doing so, they have also been named our most outstanding alumni chapter. Congratulations to the Atlanta Alumni Chapter. Once again, congratulations to all of our award winners. Now let's take a moment to recognize all of them. Thank you for attending this year's, once again, virtual awards announcement for the national level. I would like to say thank you to everyone that took the time to put in the effort of these award-winning applications. Whether or not you won a regional, provincial, or national award, know that your experience and your passion and your dedication to the fraternity does not go unnoticed. So thank you. We will be announcing these award winners from the national level in person at our upcoming LEAD events. I hope to see you all there. Once again, congratulations to all of our winners, and I look forward to seeing how this brings us into the future for the 2022 and 2023 school year. Thank you.